I have been clean since July 27th of 2010. And so it's been, I think, what am I at, almost 20 months clean. And, that's a short time in the sense of how many years I spent in addiction, but it's a long time in the sense of clean time and of not reverting back and not, after a while that grip of needing the substance goes away, but there's still the mind that says these patterns of behavior that you've done for years and years and years. And finally, you're able to, because it's not so much that you control it, it's that you're surrendering it. So once you're able to surrender that you don't have to be in control of these things, finally those things start clicking, and you can see that these behaviors that you do are what bring you back to that point of needing to use a substance to heal the pain that you have from years and years and years of this suffering that, could have been brought on by one person said something to me when I was a kid, and my God, that stuck with me forever. And so here I believe what has been said, so I've been covering the pain for years and years and years. But you finally see that as you get clean, that you don't have to revert back to that. You've got all these other tools you can use through the 12 steps. All that becomes nothing, and you become this person that you were maybe when you were 9 years old, and everybody saw this potential in you, and over the years got hidden underneath because of pain and suffering and not being able to cope with that in the sense that healthy people do. So, the 18 months and 19 months, 20 months, and a complete change in my thinking and my thought processes. And one of the other things is being able to read again. I used to read as a child and read every book I could get my hands on, but the more I got into addiction, the less I could read, the less my brain operated in the sense that I could read the written word and understand it. So it's amazing transformation through the 12 steps. There's a saying that goes around the rooms, and the rooms are, the anonymous rooms, and it's, you can only keep what you have if you give it away. And there's hope, and when people live without hope, they can't get better. You can't receive the healing that's available to you to be better. As addicts, we're ashamed, and we're guilty of all these things. We've done illegal things. We've done neglectful things to our home, our families. We've done all these things, and but unless you know there's hope for change and hope for better things, you're living in this deep, dark, stinky basement of a personal hell, and it takes people, and it may not be every addict, it may not be every other addict, it may be one addict in 100 that stands up and says, you have hope. You don't have to go to this room full of people, of anonymous people, and have to seek that change out. There's somebody out here saying, there's hope. And the hope is this direction, this is how you can get it and receive it. So, if it takes me to, I'm going to tell you something, lots and lots of people know my story. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not ashamed of it. It's who I am. It's a part of who I am. And I'm never going to get rid of that. It's making me who I am. And so unless I share that, I'm going to lose it because I'm hiding it, and other people won't receive that hope. And that's the whole thing. There's hope. There's change. It's available, and you've got to find it. And, whatever that way is, if it's through rehab, and if it's through all these other things, maybe it's through jail, maybe it's sitting in a jail cell for 6 months and seeing that you can live without this stuff, and then seeking out further help after you get out of jail. There is hope. This is not something that has to plague you forever. It's not curable, but it's treatable. And that's the thing is getting out there, understanding how these changes operate, and then using them, because it's amazing. And I use that word transformation because it is. It's transforming your life into something you thought you could never have. Oh, it's a problem that you would be amazed. I know some people that you would be amazed that they've abused prescription drugs, the first time you take codeine, a cough syrup, the first time I started abusing that was when I was, I don't know, 11, 12. It made me want to go to bed. I had trouble sleeping. I'll just drink some of this and I'll go to sleep right away. The first time you take leftover pain medicine because you need a good night's rest, you have started an abuse cycle. And so the next time you feel like you need to sleep, you're going to take your pain medicine, leftover pain medicine. And all it takes is something bad happening in your life at the moment, and boom, you're on them, and your body won't let go. So it becomes not just psychological, it becomes physical at some point. When I came off of those things, it was 2 weeks on the couch. 2 weeks by myself, getting up only to use the restroom and to get something to eat and lay back down and sleep it off. 2 weeks of just laying there. And that wasn't psychological, that was physical. When people do this, they're abusing the prescription medication. And there are people in the walks of life that you would never, ever think that they are abusing, and they are, and that's how widespread it is. Professionals to people, here I am not so much a low-life drug addict, but someone who's been in the scenes off and on their whole life, and I was amazed at the people using where I was working at. And, that's I was talking clean-cut looking people using drugs that I never thought they would ever touch. And that's how widespread it is.